All right, guys, happy Friday. Well, and it's found footage night like every week. So let's talk about Unfriended from 2015, directed by Leo Gabriads. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Starring Shelley Hennig and Moses Storm, which he was in like a few episodes of Arrested Development, which is my favorite comedy show of all time. So good to see him, and the rest of them. Didn't write their names down, but the whole premise for this movie of just and the style of it, just all being filmed and on a computer screen. That we're seeing all of this from Blair's computer, and just the fact that they use all real websites like YouTube and Facebook, Skype, and iMessenger, and the sounds are all the sounds that we know, like the notification sounds for Facebook and Skype and stuff. Like, really adds to the authenticity of it. Like, it really makes it feel more realistic than if they would have went with, generic websites and sounds and stuff like that. Not with this. Like, it's very well done. And you would think watching somebody like browse the web for a movie would get boring after a little bit. It doesn't. Not for me. Like, this movie was very divided when it first came out. Like, there were people who hated this movie, there were people who loved this movie. I don't love it, but I think it's a fantastic movie. Like, I think it's very, very well done. Just like I said, with the style of it all and the whole premise of it, of being on a computer screen the whole time, which we've seen since then. And I think this was one of the first films to be done like that. Like, I'm pretty sure it was. Like, The Den came out. Shit, when did The Den come out? Was it 2013? Something like that? I think it came out before this. So I don't know. It's one of the first movies to do it in this type of all computer screen style, and they do such a good job with this. But there are so many continuity errors in this movie. Like, if you look hard enough, which you guys know me with continuity, like, that's like such a thing with me, is following continuity. And there is a lot of stuff in this movie that you could just see and look out for and point out and be like, wait, this is like this, but now it's like this. Like, not a knock on the movie in any way. It's just my nitpicky overanalyzing stuff, like I always do. And just the whole message of this movie and the theme of bullying and addiction to technology, which is a great theme to explore with this, because bullying is, I've said this in another video, I forgot where bullying was a theme and stuff like that. It's disgusting. It's a huge problem. It just keeps getting worse. And I was bullied a little back in high school and stuff. Not bad, but a little bit. Like most people do get bullied a little bit. But back then, like when I was in high school, like this is like fucking almost 20 years ago or so. A little less. But like, if you get bullied in high school, then you forget about it after a while and it dies down. You might be embarrassed and people talk about what happened behind your back or right to you or whatever, and then it dies down. Today, I feel so bad for the kids of this generation, the high schoolers, middle schoolers and stuff, because now with the internet, you can keep bullying somebody well after school ends. And somebody takes a video of you getting bullied and they put it on the internet, that shit's there forever. Like, once you put something on the internet, it's there forever. So, like, it's a scary thought to think that, shit, man, like, if I was in high school now and, like, something real embarrassing happened to me and someone took a video, 25, 30 years from now, that's still up there. Like, that could still be following you your whole life. And it's a scary thought. And I feel so bad for this generation, the younger generation in school right now, because that is absolutely a real thing. And with the whole thing, once computers became hugely prevalent and stuff in society, now with all the cyberbullying too, like I said, like, it doesn't just end when school ends. You can be bullied 24/7 online. And it's disgusting, and it's such a huge problem, like I said, but at least there's more attention being paid to bullying, like, more and more every year. Like, you constantly keep hearing more about anti-bullying and everything, and Thank God for that, because all these kids being bullied like that do not deserve this shit. Like, I can't stand bullies. I really can't. And just the whole addiction to social media and everything. That's why during this movie, like, you think just close the fucking computer. Just turn your computer off. Or just leave. Or anything like that. They can't. Like, that's the whole, like, little bit of subtext through this movie. Is that they're addicted to technology. That they can't just shut it off. They can't get off Skype. They can't get off Facebook. That, like, they're addicted to social media. And it's another cool little idea that's explored through this movie. Really cool stuff. And Laura's suicide video of her shooting herself, that's so fucked up, dude. Like, and it speaks volumes. Like, even more so today than back when this came out. That just, anytime people nowadays see something fucked up or see someone beating the shit out of somebody or hurting someone or robbing somebody, anything like that, the first thing people do is take their fucking phones out and start fucking recording it. They don't help. They don't go over to help in any way, to do anything, try to diffuse the situation. No, they just sit there and film the fucking thing. And that's exactly what they're doing in this video. You see the person filming it. This asshole is just filming a girl with a gun pointed at her face and doesn't do anything. And then you hear people saying, oh my God, Laura, put it down. And so, Laura, don't do it. But no one runs over to this fucking girl and tries to help her. Nobody. And again, like, that just speaks to this fucking society we live in, man. Like, it's fucked up. But that video is 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. Then when she, like, puts it on full screen, it switches to like 1 minute and 59 seconds. And then when she closes it back down, it's back to 2:30. So that's one little continuity thing that I noticed. Which there's a lot of them, like I said. I didn't pick apart every single one, but they're there. There's no way, though, that whole Laura kill yourself video of her shit her pants, passed out drunk and stuff is on YouTube. There's no way. Like, YouTube has a huge policy against bullying and stuff like that, and that is a fucking bully video. That is them bullying this girl. There is no way YouTube kept that video up. So, that's fucking stupid. And Blair is so fucking sexy, man. She is such a sexy woman. So cute. And I think I read that she used to be a model, or still is, or something, and I can absolutely see that. Like, she is one gorgeous girl. And there is zero reason for Blair's own webcam feed, like on her computer, we're looking through her computer the whole time. There's no reason that her box of her, like her webcam, is distorting and buffering and stuff. No reason for that. I mean, you can argue that it's Laura's ghost and stuff messing with the feed and stuff and making it distort. Yeah, I can buy that a little bit. But there's no way otherwise that her feed and signal and stuff would be that out of whack and buffering like crazy and distorting and everything. I don't know, just a little thing that annoyed me a little bit on this rewatch. We have Ken, which I can't stand. I can't stand it. Like, why can't I fucking talk? I can't stand Ken. Not I can't stand. I mixed them two together. I can't stand him in this movie. And like, he just does the thing where a lot of people do, where he says a joke and nobody listens, and he has to repeat the joke and again after that with the chonies thing. Someone's in there, chonies. And no one acknowledges him, and he says it again. Like, I can't stand when people do that. If you make a joke and it don't land, move on. Like, make another joke later. Like, don't fucking beat the living shit out of it and try to like repeat it over and over again. There's no way that Blair types every single sentence pretty much in this movie perfectly. With perfect punctuation, grammar, fucking everything. Like, she types everything perfectly in this movie. Like, no autocorrect, no like spell check or anything. Like, she types fast as shit too. I mean, yeah, you can argue she's a fast typer and stuff, but today, like nowadays, in the last 10 years, people typing and they don't make a fucking mistake or two, I don't buy that. That's fucking bullshit. But the whole thing with Blair of seeing her typing is a great way of looking into her character. Like, it's a great way of showing what she's thinking and her, like, an insight into her personality, especially when we see her, like, typing a response, and then she'll look at it for a second or two, and then she'll erase it, and then she'll type it again, and then she'll, like, take a few words out, and then she'll add something, and then send that. And she does that often through the movie, so you get to see her thought process of, like, thinking about what she's gonna say and thinking about what she typed, and this doesn't sound like the right thing, I gotta change it. Really good way and clever way of getting us into her mind and, like, showing us her personality a little bit, which would be very hard otherwise in a movie like this, like being all on a computer screen. Like, usually you hear somebody's thoughts in a movie, it's a voiceover, like, of their thoughts and stuff like that. Couldn't do that here. So that's a very clever way of like I said, like, seeing into her personality and her mind state and everything. I really like that. I love the foreshadowing of their deaths, like, right from the beginning. Like with Ken with the blender that he pulls out and he pours a smoothie into a cup and he gets killed with the blender. And then, what the hell's her name? Jess, I want to say. Yeah, Jess. When she's using the straightener on her hair, like, as soon as the Skype call starts, she's using that. And there's a few, like, all of them. Like, there's a few things throughout the movie, like when Adam's waving the gun around, like, they foreshadow everybody's death in this movie, which is very early on, which is really, really cool. Yeah, like when Blair is texting Mitch on iMessenger or whatever, and there's like two texts or two messages that are there, then she closes it down and opens it, and then those two messages are missing, and then she puts it back up again a little bit later, and they're back. So that's another continuity thing, but I don't know. I gotta point them out because it bothers me. So I really, I have to point this shit out like I do in every video. Any type of nonsensical or observational shit that I notice, I just have to mention it because it fucking bothers me. Anything that has to do with continuity. Let me see. Why is the Skype call completely silent when Blair is, like, surfing the web and, like, messaging Mitch and stuff like that? Like, I don't use Skype much, so I don't know if that's a feature, especially, like, on Apple computers, that, like, if you're on Skype and then you click, like, you go out of that window and have it in the background while you're doing something else, does it mute the microphone or something like that? Like, all the sound from everybody else? I don't know, but I thought that was kind of weird. That it's completely silent and you don't hear any of them talking in the background while she's surfing the websites and Facebook and talking to Mitch and everything. And then a little later on in the movie, she's doing the same thing, but you can hear everybody in the background. So I don't know what that's all about. But like I said, it could be a thing, a feature with Skype. I don't use it hardly ever, so I really don't know. I love how Laura changes the Facebook report text to "I got her" over and over and over again when she's trying to report the profile, and that plays into the end when we see the full video and Blair was saying "I got her," like I got the her shitting her pants on camera and stuff. Really, really like that. Good stuff. Val and Jess's argument, like the way that they're just going at each other like crazy and saying, like, "You could suck my fucking dick," and, like, about the pictures on Val's Facebook that Jess didn't post, Laura did, but, like, was tagging the other one, Val, in it and everything, and, like, her smoking a bong and, like, fucked up drunk and everything. I love their little argument there. Like, all the characters in this movie I like, except for Ken. Like, I really don't care for Ken. I like all the other characters, and I think the acting is very good in this movie. Like, they do a very good job of, and because you can tell they're not teenagers. Like, I think they were, like, in their mid-20s when they made this movie. But they really come off as genuine teenagers and friends and stuff. And the acting is very, very good in this movie. Like, I don't have any complaints with any of the actors' performances. Like, very, very good stuff. Then Val calls the cops for being threatened And then she says, while she's still on the phone, that she'll burn Ken alive. Like, on the phone still with 911. So, I mean, they put her on hold, but it's kind of something you don't want to say on the phone with 911 to somebody else. And when you're calling saying you're being threatened, and then you just say to somebody else, I'll burn you alive. Kind of not the right thing to say. Like, place and time, Val, place and time. And Blair shares her screen at one point with them, but she never clicks to unshare it. So they should be seeing her screen the entire rest of the movie. So she never unshares her screen. So they should be seeing everything. And who doesn't use Control-C or Control-V nowadays to copy and paste? I don't know anybody who doesn't do that. Like the way that she highlights things and then goes to and clicks copy manually and then paste. Like, really? Like, and she's, like I said, she's a good typer. She's a fast typer. She doesn't use Control-C to copy and Control-V to paste. I don't know, just something that stuck out. And that too, just like her highlighting what she's reading on her screen, that's just for the audience. That's just for our benefit. Like, who does that? Like scrolling on websites and then what you're reading, you highlight it? No, that's just for us, like, basically. Like, I can't think of any other reason why they did that. And then seeing a message saying, don't hang up or all your friends will die, that's some creepy shit, man. Like, especially that this is happening on the year anniversary of Laura Barnes killing herself and everything. That's some scary message. Like, if you see that message pop up on your screen saying all your friends will die if you hang up, damn, man, I wouldn't know what to think then. And then Val has a seizure, and then that was induced, we're guessing, by Laura's ghost, and she dies by having some crazy seizure. And then they're doing the police codes, and they say 5250, but Blair highlights 5150, which is mental case. So I don't know if she heard wrong. Like, I didn't hear what the cops were saying on the radio or whatever that they were listening to when they got to Val's house. So I don't know, maybe they said 5150 and they thought they said 5250, or if it was just an error. So I'm not sure, but 5150 is mental case, which doesn't make any sense for that situation. And why does a one megabyte file that she's downloading the picture, it takes like 13 fucking seconds to download? There's no way a fucking megabyte, that shit would be done in a second or two. Like, absolutely. Then the next file she downloads is a little bit bigger, like 1.6 megs or something like that, and that shit downloads almost instantly. So I don't know why that is what it is, but it is. And we have Adam waving the gun at his computer and stuff, which I get it, he's pissed and everything, but like, why? Like, what is that going to do? Like, this, they don't know it's a ghost, obviously. They think it's a glitch, and then they just think it's a troll. And then one of them says, like, what's a troll? Like, they don't know what a troll is. This girl doesn't know what a troll is on the internet in 2015. That's kind of weird, too. The 911 call is eerie as shit. When they call 911, and it's just like Laura, I guess, is like intercepting the call and saying, don't hang up and don't hang up. Really cool stuff. This movie has such a great atmosphere. It really does. Like, it really draws you in with the whole premise, the whole style being on the computer. And as soon as they all start playing Never Have I Ever, which is funny because this is now the second video in a row that Never Have I Ever has been in. But when they start playing, that whole sequence after that of them playing the game and just exposing all their secrets that they've been keeping from each other. Such great tension. Like, that whole sequence, and it goes for a while, is so tense, and the atmosphere is great. Like, it's very, very well done. And then after that 911 call, though, that's it. Like, they don't try anything else. They don't try calling a friend, their parents, which I don't know where all the parents are. We know that Blair and Mitch's dads are out drinking, but there's no mothers, there's no parents for all the other ones. Like I say this in a lot of movies, but it's like you don't have to show them obviously, but they couldn't call their parents. They couldn't try texting 911. They couldn't try anything like that. Like they just, well, we called 911 and somebody intercepted the call, so nothing we can do now. I would have been trying everything. Fucking texting 911, fucking texting friends of mine to call 911, anything you can think of. But these people just don't do anything like that, I guess. Then we get Ken with his hand in the blender and like his face is like on the blades of the blender and stuff. Really cool. And this is another movie like I just did Headcount that doesn't need gore. Like, I'm a gore hound and slashers are my favorite subgenre of horror. I say that all the time. People who follow this channel even a little bit know that. But doesn't need it. Like, this is not the type of movie that needs any over-the-top gore or kills or anything like that. Like, the atmosphere alone and just the premise of it and just everything that goes on in this movie is fine as it is. Like, it doesn't, like, we get a little bit, like, with him and his hand in the blender. I think that's, like, the only gore we get, really, is his hand going in the blender. We see a little bit of blood and stuff. And that's it. But, cool stuff. So then Laura passed out and shit herself, we find out. And then, dude, just the fact of filming that is so fucked up. Like, that's so wrong. Like, of course, there are so many people out there in this world that would do exactly that. But that really is fucked up, especially that we find out that it was Blair recording the video. And this is like her childhood friend, Laura. Like, they've been friends since they were kids. That's so fucked up to do to a friend of yours, man. Like, I don't know how they went on living their lives after all of them were involved in basically, like, killing this girl. Like, her killing herself was all on all of their shoulders. Like, they were directly responsible for Laura killing herself. And I don't know how they live with that. Like, that's fucking crazy. And, like, when they start playing Never Have I Ever, Blair doesn't know how to play Never Have I Ever. Like, what teenager do you know that doesn't know how to play Never Have I Ever? That's fucking weird. Like, she doesn't know how to play that, and then one of them has to explain it. Then just, like I said, Laura turning all the friends against each other is just such a great idea. It works so well in this film. And just, like, you really get to see that, like, nobody is truly who you think they are. That no matter how close with someone you are, or best friends, or even family members and stuff like that, everyone has secrets. Everyone has things that they will not tell anybody, or they'll keep, say behind your back and do things that'll directly affect you and lie about it and say it was someone else. And just, it shows how, human beings are. Like, every single one of us has secrets. And having Laura air all those secrets out from all of them and pitting them against each other and just driving them all crazy and fucking ready to kill each other. Awesome. Like, so good. And like I said, it's such a tense sequence and scene of that whole Never Have I Ever thing, which goes on for quite some time. And we find out that Jess desecrated Laura's grave, which is fucked up too, man. Like I said, every one of these people should be held accountable. And I'll get to that near the end. But Adam offering Jess's life to let the other three of them, like, live, that's so wrong, man. That's fucking evil. Like, seriously? Like, because we know Mitch and him are best friends, and we know Adam fucked Blair. So, like, it makes sense that those are the two closest to him, but to even think about giving someone's life up to save yourself and your best friend and his girlfriend, that's so wrong, man. That's so fucking evil. That is some evil shit. I love having that they have Connie Conway's How You Lie, Lie, Lie start playing. Awesome. Like, such a fitting song, like, for this. So good. And, like, I like the characters, like I said, but Blair's a bitch. Like, all of them, like, all of these characters are fucking, like, despicable people. Like, as it goes on and you see what they've done and the secrets they've been hiding and stuff, like, you really start to like turn on these kids. Like, man, I thought you guys were pretty chill at the beginning and stuff. It's like now, it's like you guys deserve everything that's been happening to you. Like, I mean, they don't deserve to die, but they deserve like a decent amount of pain and mental torture for sure, like for what they did to this poor girl. And then they show the when they come out saying that Adam and Blair fucked and had a thing and stuff, and her just saying to Mitch and stuff, "I'm so sorry, it only lasted 1 second" and stuff. Yeah, I've heard that fucking line a few times in my life. Fucking, yeah, that's what they all say. Oh, it lasted a second. Fucking sure it did. And then right after she says that, I love how she uploads that video of Adam like kissing her legs and eating her out and everything, and like she's telling Mitch not to watch it and stuff. Can you imagine seeing your girlfriend that you've been saving yourself for? Like, he's a virgin and she was supposed to be too. Like, Mitch thought she was too, and that they were saving themselves for each other. And then at the beginning of the movie she says prom should be the night and everything. He's all excited, but to then see your best friend going down on your girlfriend, dude, like, that's so fucking wrong. That's so fucked up. Man, does Laura know how to pit people against each other, man. Like, she should have been a fucking lawyer or something if she didn't kill herself. And then the whole, and there's no way that video was on YouTube also. Just like the kill yourself video for her, with her shitting her pants. There is no way that fucking video of a girl being gone down on is on YouTube. Like, and how did they get the video? Like, how did Laura get that video? Like, this happened a while ago. So I don't know how she got the video or uploaded it, or how it stayed online or anything like that. But it's still really fucked up, especially for Mitch. Mitch is like the only character that I feel bad for in this movie. Like, even as all the events play out. Like, I forget what he did. Like, he's the one who, is he the one that posted the video? I think he posted it, because Blair shot it, and then he posted the video, yeah. So, still fucked up. But I still feel for the guy. Like, I do. Like, and then the sign that Laura prints out for one of them or whatever and says, if you show this, Adam will die. And Blair has a copy of it and she's looking at it, and Mitch is saying, show the paper, and yelling at her, show the paper. And then she actually shows the paper, man. Like, that fucking sucks to be in that situation, saying that, like, Mitch will die if you show it. I mean, if you don't, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. That Adam's gonna die if she shows it, and then she actually shows it, knowing that he's gonna kill himself or be killed. That's hard, man. I can't imagine. But she does it like with ease, pretty much. Like, she hesitates a little bit for a few seconds, and then she just flips it around and shows it. So, I mean, I get it. It's her boyfriend, Mitch. Like, she wants to save him and stuff, but still, like, the shit they got to do in this movie, man, it really sucks. And then Adam shoots himself in the face, again, with the foreshadowing earlier, with him waving the gun around. Like, all of their deaths, I love how they're telegraphed and foreshadowed early in the movie. Like, really, really cool. And then this bitch uses chat roulette. That's the one thing that she tries to get help. Chat roulette. And the fact that she goes through like 6-7 videos and at least 4 of them aren't big penises in her face is the most suspension of disbelief shit in this movie. Like, anyone who's ever used chat roulette back in the day knows that that's pretty much 90% of it. It's just guys with their dicks out in front of the camera. And the fact that she sees one, like, a little bit after that, some naked guy's fat stomach or something. But out of 7 videos, there's no way that 3 or 4 of those weren't just dicks flopping in her face. Like, absolutely not. And then Jess gets the hair straightener down her throat. It looks really cool, actually. I like that kill. Looks really nice. Not nice, but you know what I mean. It looks good, effects-wise. And Blair, when they ask when Laura says who upped the video, and then saying it's not us, it's just Blair and Mitch left, and then both saying it wasn't us, and then Blair getting on Messenger and messages her, and then the same thing, like she starts typing and saying he didn't do it, and then she's thinking and she deletes some and she adds some more words and then just deletes all of it and said he did it. Damn, man, like she's a cold bitch. Like she's responsible directly for Adam's death and for Mitch's death. Like that sucks, and she was so quick to do it. Like she really was kind of quick to do this. And then she starts begging for her life. Like that's really cool. Like the way that they did that with her just like frantic and just like frantically going through her Facebook and like saying to Laura, like, look at us, like you remember, like, and shows a childhood picture of them together, like, see, do you see us, like you remember that, like her like just like pleading and like knowing she's gonna die, but just pleading with Laura that like, remember we were best friends and like we didn't mean it, like we took it too far and stuff. Yeah, that's not getting you out of this shit. And then we find out that Blair shot the video and stuff, and then her posting the video on her Facebook feed, then you see all the responses to Blair saying, oh my God, you killed her, and that like you should do this, you should kill yourself, and like, oh my God, like I'll never speak to you again, and like that's how they should have ended the movie, in my opinion. Blair should have lived and had to live with that forever. With everybody hating her, not wanting to speak to her, just being ostracized completely from society and from her school and from anyone who knows her. That's how the movie should have ended. That would have been a much better ending for me. Like, her dying at the end, fine, but I'll get to it in a sec. But that's how they should have ended the movie. Like, you should have let her live and just live with all of that. Let her live with what she did and just suffer from it for the rest of her life. Like that's absolutely the route I would have went with the ending. And then we have at the end when Laura kills Blair, and I don't know why they, like after 80 minutes of it all being taking place on a computer screen, that they shut the computer screen and Laura's ghost, her physical form, like her ghost form, kills Blair. Like you could tell that was a studio thing, like saying like, oh, we need a final scare and stuff. Like at the end of so many movies that there's always just some stupid jump scare with a face jumping into frame or screaming and stuff. Like that's what it feels like to me. Like it was a studio thing, decision for them to end it like that. But and her webcam, Blair's webcam, like when the laptop is shut, like her face and stuff on the webcam doesn't move, like at all. Like it's like if I went like this, how it moves, it's just on her face the whole time. So like the camera is not following her face. So that's another little bonus for you. But and then she's dead. So all in all, I adore this film. I really like this film a lot. I've liked it since I first saw it, and I've rewatched it a few times over the years, and I enjoy it more every single time. And it was the same with this rewatch. I enjoyed it very, very much as usual. I mean, I nitpicked the shit out of it because of all the continuity stuff, but anyone, like I said, who's seen my channel and stuff, that's just what I do. So you guys should know that by now. But that's Unfriended, and I will have Unfriended Dark Web and The Den up a little bit later, a few hours from now. Which, hey, this is like the first Found Footage Friday in a long while that all these videos will be up on actual Friday. And not into like Saturday morning and shit. So, hey, good on me for that. But, alright guys, I'll see you in a little bit with Unfriended Dark Web and The Den following that. And then Argento August starts tomorrow. So I will talk to you guys soon, and take care.